make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption, breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Just wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pocket. Spun 'em like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
used to be the lost boy running insane. I used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it, so hard to get it. I used to be the one living in the fast lane. I used to be the one who only cried in the rain. I used to work so hard to get it, and so hard to get it. And so hard to get it. I used to be the lost boy running insane. I used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it, so hard to get it. I used to be the one living in the fast lane. I used to be the one who only cried in the rain. I used to work so hard to get it, so hard to get it. I used to be the lost boy running insane. Used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it. I used to be the one living in the fast lane. Used to be the one who only cried in the rain. I used to work so hard to get it. It's so hard to get it. And so hard to get it. I used to be the lost boy running insane. I used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it, so hard to get it. I used to be the one living in the fast lane. I used to be the one who only cried in the rain. I used to work so hard to get it, so hard to get it. I used to be the lost boy running insane. Used to be the ghost boy looking for fame. I used to work so hard to get it.
Sometimes a minute takes days and feelings fade when you don't want them to. I hope you won't throw the blame my way, but if you do, oh, are you looking for, looking for, looking for, looking for echoes? Are you looking for, looking for, looking for, looking for?
Hello and welcome to Skyline Gaming Community Weekly Series 6. As we have a matchup between A5 and HYST.ERIA here today, I am Wumbo and this is Prism, my co-caster. How are you today, Prism?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful.
Glad to hear. It looks like we are going to be hopping into Clubhouse here momentarily as we do have a best of 3 in front of us. Now, Prism, what are you expecting to see today in this best of 3 matchup between A5 and HYST.ERIA?
I'm expecting A5 to make some very great plays, as I know a lot about their history.
Right.
Yeah.
I would agree. I would tend to agree. And let's get right into Clubhouse as we have Army of 5 going to be starting on the attacking side. HYST.ERIA, however, will get the first ban. Prism, what are we thinking could be seen here on Clubhouse for our first ban?
Well, Ying's a pretty banned attacking operator, but for Clubhouse specifically, you're probably looking at like a Hib.
Hibana, usually one of those hard breachers will be off the board, and more often than not, it will be Hibana, as we will find out in the waning seconds. Army of 5,
That's
or
interesting.
HYST.ERIA actually opts to get the Dokkaebi off the board. Very
That's a little
interesting.
interesting, because Club you can roam on, but the difficulty's cutoffs. It's not really information a lot of the time.
And you have to wonder if Army of 5 will follow up with that Hibana, but they won't. They will opt for the Ying, like you said before. So now we see a Clubhouse map where all of the hard breaching ops are left up. You're going to have to wonder how that's going to fare out for the defensive side throughout this map.
Azami off, never a bad ban.
Never a bad ban.
Never a bad option.
Really any map, Azami can pretty much transform the way you hold the map. Especially certain on, sites on Club, especially CCTV with the rafters hold. Even basement, some people like to sit in the corner next to the dirt door and make a whole crazy Azami setup there. There's so many possibilities.
Bolus off too. Pretty vanilla ban phase except for the Doke here. But we'll get straight into it.
Straight into it here, and you have to wonder, Clubhouse is one of those maps where maybe it's left up for interpretation on what site you go first as the defense. So I'm going to be curious to see what HYST.ERIA favors here. We do see immediately Army of 5 going to be bringing a Kali and a Thatcher. Obviously, repick still up and a lot of time to make changes, but that's a little curious to start out, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, the thing I picked up on, right now I'm seeing a severe lack of Skinnergy in the lobby. Got a lot of different banners, and I don't think I appreciate that.
Yeah, you love to see some energy as a team, when you make the effort to maybe all put on the same banner, maybe that improves your team play a little bit. But as
it's a requirement,
It's a requirement.
Like if you get someone joining a team, the first thing you think about isn't like, it's not roles, it's not like chemistry. It's first of all you got to worry about the banner.
It's do you own this banner and can you purchase it if not, right?
Exactly.
But as we can see, going downstairs here, we do see the Pulse come out with a deployable shield, however. But we do see that they have the Mira and the Bandit on the board, both brandishing those Nitro Cells, probably looking for Pulse to find them a pick with those Nitro Cells. However, how do you feel about the Pulse bringing shield here on round 1?
It's odd, there aren't any required shield spots for basement, and what's even more curious is that they brought a Bandit in the first place for a basement site.
That is pretty interesting. As we can see, Chaotix here, looking to get a little chaotic to start the game, but won't be able to find one. Maybe switches off for just a little too soon. Across the map, however, Buck will take some damage, maybe to the Cade Claw, or maybe even the Bandit charge, as it should be pretty easy to dispatch of without need for anti-wall denial.
Yep.
As we can see here, just some general map work going on. It looks like HYST.ERIA are going to be sticking mostly to the bottom floor, with the exception of Legion, who is looking to make an aggressive play possibly here towards the kitchen side of the map, as well as Bandit up dirt, possibly Bandit tricking it. Oh, wow. And down goes Chaotix on that deep Roman Master. He had no support with him at all, as he just gets pinched out instantly. So we have our first kill on the board from Boo. It goes to the side of the attackers. So now they have a minute 50 and what seems to be plentiful map control. What do you think the next step is here for the attack of A5?
Well, not lose their Buck. That's, not great, but now that they know they're the kitchen player, they need to establish their control up top, and they need to figure out how to pinch this guy. Either go out freeze, go kitchen door. It's multiple people against one. There shouldn't be too much of a problem getting this man out. If they do that successfully, then they just have to establish their first floor control and start working pressure points towards site.
I would like to also point out the potential for this Pulse finding a Nitro pick for the Mira while they try to clear him, but it appears he will be cleared out very easily. As you stated, there were so many points he could be cut off from as that Legion will fall, taking a wealth of time with him, however, as now the attack is down to only a minute left. Although they have man advantage, it's not completely in their favor just yet, with 2
Mira's
Nitros
holding
still on
that
the board.
C4 out. The defense win condition right now is either the attack slipping up or them getting a lucky Nitro kill. So we will see.
We will have to see. It looked like the attack is going to be gearing towards a Moto side executor. Could possibly be Moto Blue. However, not much has been worked around them. Not much pressure on to the site has been applied by A5 here. I must say, there isn't many threat for many areas here, but it does look like Gridlock will be working down Blue and Sledge on that stock hatch. So it looks like it will be a flood coming out here. 3v4. We are entering the frag zone. Pulse almost goes down to a frag, but he will dodge it barely. Another frag comes through. He's able to maneuver out of the way. He's going to be playing this Mira on Blue. The round's going to really depend on him getting the pick on this Gridlock here. As Gridlock's approaching, the flash comes out.
Time down. The plant's going down.
Plant's starting to go down. No one's denying it. Gridlock playing very patient. Knows the Pulse has to swing for him. Plant is down, but Mira has taken this position up the short hallway. She will fall to Maze. As now into 4v2. 4v1 even. Leaves just Plaz on the board, and he is in a dire position, and Maze will find him as well, as that will be a decisive round victory for Army of 5.
Yeah, I mean, they isolated the roamers, probably more to the fault of HYST.ERIA there, to be honest, but they got their kills. They stalled a little bit on the execute, but they got the diffuser down, and they won the round. That's what matters.
Overall, I will give them credit for playing patient and playing smart on that plant coverage. They did not try to force anything. They got the bomb down, and from there, it all fell naturally into their hands. Now we look to move to round 2, where HYST.ERIA are already looking for a change of scenery. Maybe weren't comfortable on that basement site. They will move up to gym bedroom. However, as we can see from the attack, you know, they're gonna change a lot of this lineup. Once they find out it's gym bedroom, I'd imagine. You're gonna need more than just a Hibana to be able to clear gym bedroom, obviously.
What if you just build different, though? You know?
What if you just build different? What if you only need the Hibana?
Yeah.
Theoretically, you could only use Hibana and probably get almost every wall you need on this site. However, that would take a lot of rotating. Nobody has time for rotating. You gotta clear the map.
I mean, that's a cardio issue, buddy.
You gotta get accustomed. We don't need to bring that into this. Whoa.
10 seconds. Whoa, wait a minute.
No, I must say, from the side of HYST.ERIA, a little bit curious to bring that Mira on basement and then not follow up with a Mira on gym. There's a couple of good power positions to be played with Mira on the gym bomb site, but it looks like they will opt to go a different direction, bringing this Warden. Now 3 Nitros on the board, no shields up. Warden brings the Nitro. Now you have to be thinking they're going to be looking to control the first floor of the map pretty heavily, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it looks so, but they're doing this CC side extension without a rotate and without a shield, so if that's the spot that gets hit, then they don't have much to do. It looks like Warden's the only person playing first floor now, and it looked like he was going more for an aggressive peek for the frag, and he gets it. Wow, the Finka going down, taking in solo, the Sledge looking to follow up and gets the kill.
Wow, and Maze has been unstoppable for these first 2 rounds. Anybody that peeks him has been put down instantly. So, we see a trade out to start the round. Not necessarily a terrible trade for either side, as they've lost rather non-consequential operators, I'd argue. However, I would say for the side of HYST.ERIA, not much in their control at the moment. It doesn't look like they're very much holding cash. All they really have to their name is that bar area, as well as the site itself. And there we go. They're funneled into the breach, where Boo will find another pick to give A5 the man advantage.
Yeah. Wow, but Sanctuary is trading it right back with the C4 from below. It looks like the attackers actually abandoned the CC side briefly. The Thermite takes in solo. This is a risky fight to take if the Mozzie engages, but he runs away from the bar side, probably going to regroup side. A 3v3 now, but the green box player, wow! The Thermite taking in solo without information, and now the case is down.
And you have to wonder, a pretty curious play there from the Thermite, but Pills will find one back on the Sanctuary, as it's been a round of trades. As now it will come down to the 2v2. No more room for trading. It's going to have to be whoever wins these last 2 ones wins the round. And as we can see, the attack, they have that Jacuzzi breach open. but that's really it here. They could rotate to go CC together, or they could try to force this Jacuzzi breach. Both of these defenders are split up, so they have a pretty good opportunity to isolate one. We're gonna have to see what their next play is here.
Yeah, it seems like they're looking to isolate the player in sight here. As you see the highway player, Ace looks like he's about to swing in breach, and he does, walking short side. Seems like they don't have information, though. They have a yellow ping. They know where the site player is now. Or not.
Will Jaeger be making his way back to help?
Wow.
Oh, they do not know where the Wamai is. He will find one as the second one's going to swing on through, but he misses some shots. It's now down to a 1v1. Boo on a double. Chaotix still should be over on this cash side. These head holes could give him away, but he has the diffuser. That thermite walking in without intel is going to prove to be a problem for the side of A5, as now it has tilted everything in Hysteria's favor in this 1v1. However, none of that matters if you can't land your shots, and Chaotix will not, as Boo with the triple. Maybe don't break out the barbecue for that, but we can break out some ranch for the 3-piece.
You have a way with words.
I've been told.
Yeah.
So now we have to see going into round 3. We did see now 2 times in a row from the side of Hysteria those aggressive spawn peaks at the start of the round. Will they look to follow that up this round as well?
Yeah, for the side of Hysteria, their biggest problem is they've lost uncontested opening pick both rounds on a map like Club, which is a big problem for them because it doesn't even look like they're committing to roam setups. It looks like they're setting a pretty default, but they're just getting overzealous.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I tend to agree with you there. It seems that they are kind of trying to go with the let your nuts hang type mentality about the game. They're trying to just swing whatever they want, but most of the time it's proven to not work as they've been solo with very little trade potential. As even I'd argue last round, even though trades were coming out, I wouldn't argue it was as a result of team play, as most of those fights were pretty far distance from each other.
Yeah.
However, we see here they are going to run back this gym bedroom, as for good reason, I'd say. They were pretty close at winning that last round. I'd argue they maybe even should have won that last round under Principal.
10 seconds to go.
However, Principal only gets you so far when, the other team's shooting
5
their weapon
seconds to go.
a little better. So,
Attackers have
we're going to
located
have to see what they can do this time. They opted to
Attackers
switch
are
off of
heading out
that
to
Warden,
defuse
not
the
bringing nearly as many nitros this round. They have opted for the Legion, possibly for some time waste as well.
They also
Now for
did
the
switch
side-
off that mirror for the castle, which is pretty interesting.
Indeed. The castle's a pretty common pick on this site, but I mean, with the sledge on the board, it's going to be a pretty easy counter.
Yep.
As we can see here, Schmoot going to be looking to bandit trick that Jacuzzi breach, but that should be the least of his worries right now, as it looks like Thermite's going to open that CC wall first.
Yeah, Maze finishes up droning garage, and again, taking these solo walks. In this case, it shouldn't have any adverse effects, but there's actually a player in lounge potentially gonna take the fight with the man walking up secret, and it doesn't look like... It looks like they have an idea, but they don't know for sure.
Information. Yeah,
And there
but
it is.
we will find the pick, as Tact will take down Chaotix in the lounge area, as
Yeah, the
he
problem
wants
with
to make
Peach
his presence felt on this game now. And now, we see just some simple map work coming in, the usual Clubhouse stuff. We're going to open some walls. Oh, well, maybe Tact's looking to make an aggressive play early here, as they have not made their head holes into Con yet. As this side of the map is pretty barren in terms of setup in general at the moment. As he should be relaying that to his team to have them probably rotate over to convert to this side take.
And
Boo
Boo
will
getting
find another power
frag. Wow, we have 2 powerhouses on A5.
Maze and Boo just lighting it up, and not even on the operators you typically expect to see lighting it up. As they are just finding, it seems like maybe Hysteria is swinging into them a little more than they are swinging into Hysteria, but we've seen the Ash take all the way up to Con here with no contest, but a nice shot from Sanctuaries. He'll look to find a second, but he can't get it as Maze is unstoppable. He has a yellow ping possibly on this Logi door player. He's just gonna hold it idly for now, but Hysteria is gonna have to really make some aggressive plays to get themselves back in this round.
Absolutely. If A5 play this right, there shouldn't be room for Hysteria to win this round unless gunfights really go out of their way. The defenders are in very bad spots here. This bandit can't really aggress up, and he gets punished for it when he tries to. 1v4 now. The Legion is by himself in Logi. It seems like the attackers have some sort of inkling for it. Probably going to be moving in to plant the case soon. The Ace patrols this short area. The default is up, so the Legion's going to have an idea of where this Ace is. Doesn't go for the swing, though. Fights out the Con player, and wow.
Doesn't matter, as there's too little he can do, and down he goes, as A5 will have another dominant round. not argue to this point, Hysteria's own playstyle is to their detriment. If you're going to play the style Hysteria's playing, you have to be shooting better than the other team. And if you're not, it's not going to go your way. So we have to see some adjustment from Hysteria here in these next coming rounds if we want to see a better defense cycle.
Yeah, I mean, the big problem for Hysteria, not only are they not getting those frags when they go for the aggression, but it looks like they aren't committing to the aggression. If they want to take those peaks and put pressure on the attackers, they need more people off site and in more hectic positions. But it's really only 1 or 2 people who are completely isolated on these roams, and it's really not done well for the defense of Hysteria.
Yeah, and not much setup off the site either into these extensions, which I'd argue has been the biggest problem with these roams, is we don't see much setup happening, and overall it's just pretty easy to breeze through for A5 as they have to use minimal utility, and they have all the time in the world to do whatever they want on those areas. However, Hysteria rotating back down.
That's an interesting mute setup. It's got the BP.
10 seconds remaining.
Wowzers.
The BP? That is interesting.
They're
not something you typically see.
Yeah, something we also typically don't see is 2 mute jammers for their wall denial.
Well, he did try to bandit trick it last time, and I don't believe he lost his life from it, but he did lose a significant chunk of HP, and I don't believe denied the wall in the first place. But oh my gosh, Maze lighting up Sanctuary through the window. PC checking.
Moogly.
And wow, across the map, Tax will find Sanctuaries elsewhere as he is cut off trying to rotate out of that pool area. Once again, like we mentioned, very isolated. No one there to help him.
Yeah.
However, from the side of A5, playing cutoffs. Typically, pretty well so far.
Yeah. And it looks like the Buck is stumped again. Really at a loss. Never mind.
There we go. The mute jammer cleared, and now he will look to do some drone work up the dirt area here. However, another mute jammer is going to stand in his way.
His plans have been foiled. That mute jammer. The stone wall, ironclad.
1 bullet will take care of that. And that drone should make its way up dirt, as I don't believe anyone is actually holding dirt. I believe it's just a barricade preventing him entry from the site, so he could look to sneak up and make a play off of dirt. However, as we can see, a fairly, null and void round here so far. It's just been Hysteria sitting on site after they lost that Sanctuaries pick. They're going to have to try to find the pick back eventually, though. And you have to wonder how they're going to work that. Will it be a flank? Will they just let A5 execute a 5v4? We're going to have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, this cave could look for a C4 here, but actually what's kind of interesting is A5 have taken a lot of time taking top down after getting that opening kill. Despite there really being no one on the top floor, they could have had an extra 20 to 30 seconds to start working this map, but they don't have it. Wow, Maze just taking a solo walk down blue with a drone. Gets 1. He's now fighting the dummies rotate there. Wow, the mute goes down 2. Maze in the middle of it all. Church is fully clear here. The plant could go down.
No, not going down easily, though. He will find one back. As now it is transitioned into a 4v2, still a very advantageous position for A5. As the plant should look to go down, and Maze will find a 3rd. Can he find a 4th here possibly? And he will! The 4-piece, now we can break out the barbecue for you, Maze. We've upgraded from Ranch. There it is. A beautiful play from Maze and Blue will almost single-handedly win A5 the round.
Thank God I'm not in that lobby. I'd be shaking. Shaking up a storm. I'd be oscillating.
He is on a heater
right
now. There's no denying it. And when you have as much momentum as A5, you'd have to wonder from the side of Hysteria if this would be a good time for attack timeout. As a coach myself, I know I'd be calling one if I was on Hysteria's side. But looks like instead they'll just opt to move forward, and they go back down.
Wow.
And now the Kavir is being pulled out. What do you suspect?
Defenders,
get up to
protect
this
your
round,
bombs from being defused by attackers.
Hopefully not dying first uncontested. That's really my only hope.
That'd be a shame. That would be a shame. Now, I'm hoping I can, try my hand at one of these historic, interrogation calls, So I'm rooting for it right now.
I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for it. I just, I can't bear to see history repeat itself in this room.
I know it would be tragic to see Cav just run back to Chainlink and get murdered instantly. However, we can pray for the best.
10 seconds left.
However, the rest of the setup here pretty standard for what we've seen so far. Sanctuaries loves this Mozzie. I believe has played it
Attackers are
almost
moving
all
out to
5
locate a
rounds.
bomb and defuse it.
Maybe all 5, not sure. But
Yeah, I mean, I know the who was it? I know one of these guys loves Bandit. I don't remember which one.
yeah, I don't know. They switched
Yeah.
to Mute last round, and now they're switching it up some more.
Yep.
I believe it actually was Shmew, the Kavira that was on the Bandit previously. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're off the leash. They're off the leash. No more Bandit tricking dirt. It's time to get
No more
interrogation. But
Bandit
if we look at the side of A5, there is a
Oh
blitz on the
my.
board, and they are steady in sight. Gets a pick, and you will look for a second. It's an
case is
intense
going
fight
down.
with this Valkyrie. The case is going down, but it will be picked up. Oh, the flash comes out, and Blitz will find a second on 1 HP. Pax with 2, and he will go down shortly after. And now it's all up to Maze, the man of the hour, as A5 has folded quickly.
I'm a believer.
Now, I didn't get to call an interrogation, and it wasn't for the reason I thought it'd be. But, you know, Maze and Blue, anything's possible. He'll find one onto the Cav. Now he's got a 1v2 in front of him, both of them with a little HP off of them. This is winnable. He'll be working his way down the blue stairs. Hopefully the defenders have a cross established. Sanctuary is holding this bomb chassis and Jaeger on dummy box, but they can't really capitalize off of each other, as Sledge has his pick of which one he wants to take a 1 with at this point, and it looks like he's gonna choose Sanctuaries for the time being.
Yeah,
No
really
nades in
tough for the
pocket.
Sledge here, though. He doesn't have any real information on the defenders, and there we go. Hysteria with their first round. Let's see if they can mount a comeback.
I mean, if there was anyone who could do it, it was Maze, but he could not pull it through. Blaz will shut him down in his tracks, and a beautiful shutdown from Hysteria there for the most part on the rush. Besides that Blitz getting in deep and getting 2, there was not much to be concerned about on that rush.
Yeah, you know, Pass guy, I hate to be that guy, but he thought he was mint. He looked a little more like Forrest at the Major.
Well, you know, and at least unlike Forrest at the Major, I don't believe he will be running Blitz 3 to 4 times in a row here.
You never
as we do
know.
see him
Attacker
spinning that
repicks
line.
up.
You never
Maybe
know.
he'll play Clash.
Attackers need to
Things get
locate
crazy.
and defuse as many bombs as they
Things get
can.
crazy.
But Hysteria now, they've won one of their 2 bomb sites they've played, and now they default back to the other. So we won't even see CC or Bar attempted from the side of Hysteria. They will go back to the gym bedroom and bring a pretty similar setup to what they have almost every time.
Yeah, interesting again. They have this triple C4 lineup again, but it looks like they're probably going to go for their same CC extension with maybe one person floating around on the first floor. Just a little odd to see this secondary utility lineup come out so consistently.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and as we can see here, we will see the attack, you know, switching up their
seconds to
operators.
go.
They do need the 2 hard breachers to clear this. As if you don't know, for the viewers at home, you know, typically when you clear gym bedroom, you're going to want 1 hard breacher on the jacuzzi side, 1 on the CC side, opening those walls up fast. And then, you know, hopefully it was the ace on your jacuzzi side and you can open up that bathroom wall and create a nice line of sight for you guys, make the bathroom unplayable. That is the overall goal with that ace, most of the time, I should say. However, Chaotix will be looking to deny that breach being opened in the first place with the bandit trick, as I'm sure he has ADSs also there to protect him and those castle barricades.
Oh, he's not in the building. Sanctuary is maybe looking for this run out here, but he doesn't have the barricade open, and he's a little bit late.
I don't think there's anyone in his vicinity right now. Maybe he just wanted to take a trip to the strip club. You know,
Yeah,
who
I
knows?
mean, it's an understandable urge, but he should know he's on the clock right now, you know? There's a game to play.
The bandit trick game will start, but he cannot do anything about it as the 2 ace charges come out. If you don't know, throw those 2 ace charges, 1 on each side, and it's pretty much impossible to bandit trick.
Has he gotten a successful bandit trick yet?
I do not believe so. Maybe on dirt once, but he did lose 90 of his HP for that.
Yeah.
But as we can see, Chaotix did fall off of that, so now we have a 5v4. A familiar feeling for A5 as they are up man count once again. As Plaz will take damage across the map, but Sanctuary is going to be looking to take a fight onto this Jacuzzi breach. Ooh, misses the 1 shot he takes and will wisely back down the stairs.
Yeah,
However,
and this is a really rough position for Hysteria, because with that bathroom wall open, there is a lot of pressure towards site here that they have to respect. At any moment, they could just take a walk through the breach and through highway, and this CC side player is more or less isolated. It is essentially a 4 versus 3 towards site if A5 chooses to take it.
Plasmux will get flashed out here twice. 3 times. Tax has him flash, but Tax stays all alone. The bomb going down
Ooh.
on site, but Tax will lose out his 1. However, Number's still in the advantage of
Attackers
A5
activating
as that
diffuser.
bomb goes down, and now it's a simple post plant that should get the job done for a 5-1/2. But Noah will have something to say about it. He'll find 1, but Boo will find him
Ooh.
right back. A nice shot from Plaz. A 1-tap. He will need a 3rd if he wants this round to go the way of Hysteria. He's in the 1v1 against Pills. The support players will go head-to-head. The Nitro comes out, but Pills swings right when it goes out, as that will be another A5 round.
Pills just walked him down. That was
He really
inspiring.
did.
Also,
that's the kind of
Shmoo got
confidence you can
1.
expect.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the kind of confidence
Shmoo
you
got
can
1
expect
that
from
round.
Fugly.
Shmoo got 1
Shmoo
that
got
round.
1? Let's go.
The comeback is real. We're so
That's what we love
back.
to hear. Now, we move on to the A5 defense, and obviously as a result, the Hysteria attack. Now, hopefully for the side of Hysteria, they can see their fortunes change a little bit here. How do you think they have to go about doing that?
Well, they need to not repeat their mistakes on the defense. They have to get an opening kill, especially on the attack. Like, on the defense, you have a little bit to work if you lose that body because of
Attackers need to locate
how
and
defender-sided
defuse as
Clubhouse
many
is, but
bombs
on
as they
attack,
can.
you don't have that room for error. They need to take double-ups on these entries. They need to isolate people, and they need to drone. If they lose that opening pick, the round is pretty likely over.
I'd agree with you there. However, if there is a time to come back on Clubhouse, it would be when you have the Hibana up. And the Hibana's up, so they have that opportunity wide open where attacker is, Sky is maybe, oh my gosh. Club, it's maybe a little more, a little bit more of a 50-50 map when you have those hard breachers left up. And Hysteria
seconds
could,
left before
in theory,
insertion.
bring this back, but with how much momentum is at play here,
5
it's going to be a
seconds to
tough
insertion.
task. A5 looking to play, it looks like kind of a time denial,
Attackers'
Nitro type of
objective is to
strat.
locate a
Maybe
bomb
work
and
some
defuse
Nitros
it.
around kitchen, let Maze waste time, their gunner, and then have these Goyos ultimately cut them out of the site late round. Looks to be their plan here on this defense.
Yeah, this looks similar to an SSG, but this top floor setup is pretty bare bones. Valk is quite extended here, maybe looking for an opening frag. Hopefully for the sake of Hysteria, they get the drone here and they force him out. They could work a cutoff on him if they know. They get the information, but it doesn't look like anyone's moving towards the CC breach. One is still outside that garage door, but they don't really have the manpower or utility to clear this guy right now.
And something you have to think comes into play here is confidence could work against the side of A5, as they could overswing and be a little too confident here, but it looks Valkyrie will just be biding her time and wasting a lot in the process, as nobody wants to push her. It appears that maybe the side of Hysteria is a little bit timid now after that dominating attack, or defensive half A5 had, but it looks like Velk will fall eventually anyways, and another one will fall as down goes TK. So now we have a 3v5 as Hysteria gets some momentum on their side finally.
Yeah, they got an opening kill. I'm proud of them.
They got 2 actually. Back to back, no trade out.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But now they still have a lot to go through here with these Goyos, but it looks like one has been wasted on blue, and there should still be a lot of Goyos to go through if they plan to go different avenues. But it looks like they might look to accelerate this take a little bit before the defense could prepare. But Noah's nade will get ate up by that ADS. But this Goyo on dummy box could prove to be a problem. Maze finds 1 on their own, but will be traded out instantly by Sanctuaries. As now, they get that pick back and trade out, but it's just a formality. It's still a 4v2. Noah finds 1 onto that Cade as he just peeks at the wrong time, and he'll find a second as Boo goes down. And Hysteria will win their first attacking round here on Clubhouse.
Can we check his PC? Did Maze take over his PC and play that round for him? Because that was...
you'd think...
I was getting deja
vu. Play so far. It's been like ledge everywhere. Like L8. It's been singing in this lobby.
I think the real win condition for Hysteria here is to get that guy on Sledge and get him to blue. It doesn't matter the site. If they're Jim and that Sledge is in blue, the round's over.
I'd agree. And from the side of A5, they need to find a way on this. If they're going to continue to roam like that, they need to find a way to either waste more time or find picks on it, as they did neither of the sort that round. Because now we move to Jim bedroom.
That setup last round was a little bit weird. They didn't choose to open that moto hatch, so if there was a direct sight hit, that Vigilant Bar and those 2 roamers up top wouldn't have been able to do much. Obviously, not the case that last round, but just interesting to see.
Yeah. Now we see them move on to Jim in a pretty stereotypical setup, I'd say, for Jim. We got the castle, we got the Miro, we got the bandit, we got the Wamai. Of course, we have the Valkyrie possibly looking to play a little bit of nitros below, perhaps. Maze could be looking to be on the solo roam again, as maybe that is what he's intended to do. Maybe that's his strength.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and
triple
Just
red
let him
info.
run around and shoot. You know, maybe that's what works best for Maze.
I think you're reading a little too much into this. I think when you see Maze on an operator, you gotta think that he's playing it because he's him. You know.
He's him.
We're thinking a little too far out with utility here. He's what? He's 12-4. Let him cook.
Just let him run around and shoot. That's all you gotta do. And as we see, you know, very careful working on spawn here from the side of HYST.ERIA, as it looks like that CCTV wall may have been prepped for a spawn peek, but nobody will cash in from the side of A5.
Yeah,
as now it
they're
looks
doing
like
something similar with the bandit trick. Maze is sitting down here in secret. You still have a player in spawn getting on cams. It doesn't look like they're sending anyone to get the jacuzzi wall here early.
it might just be a full kind of CC con clear here. It looks like they want to get con control as fast as possible, as it looks like they're going to open the con single wall to do that. However, you have to wonder, without that pressure on Jacuzzi side, it makes their push kind of easy to read here. But it looks like they will eventually now rotate over to get this Jacuzzi wall, of course.
Yeah, but the next obstacle here is going to be getting rid of that bandit trick. They don't have the window open, and it looks like this thermite charge might go to waste. But TKT actually puts it on the wrong wall. That is a big blunder, and that's a lot of pressure towards site now.
Indeed, but they still have this mirror to worry about, and the ace, I believe, is across the map, so this mirror has nothing to worry about at the time being, as they will be rotating off that Jacuzzi wall, mostly just opening it for pressure.
Yeah, and this is a little bit rough for HYST.ERIA here. They haven't gotten the CC wall open, minute and a half, and they don't have control on this opposite side. The only real things they have to show for this are the con and Jacuzzi walls open. Maze on a bit of a lurk here. There is a man in stock, possibly trying to nade from below. There's another one there, actually. The sledge goes down. No trade to come through. The Wamai takes a fight onto stock side as well, and that buck is running for the fields. I would too.
Yeah, and he is low, but only 50 seconds remaining. No control gained whatsoever from the side of HYST.ERIA. A complete opposite from last round. It looks like A5 has shored up and made sure not to toss those picks, but Maze will find a second. Will he find a third? Yes, he will. They cannot stop Maze, as he is now on 15 for the game. And I mean, could we see a 20 bomb here in less than 10 rounds, possibly?
It's possible.
Oh, the jump is CC. He has the audio cue. The snatcher swings, and Maze will find him. That's 4. Will he be able to find the last, however?
That's a barbecue sauce.
Plaz is sitting on the roof, biding his time, not going to feed this ace to Maze. It appears that they will take this as a tax timeout, possibly. A little bit of a stat saver for Plaz. Or actually, you know, he might try to get himself one.
No, I think he wins around.
Let's see.
Never mind.
And TKT will finish it out. A flawless round from Army of 5. And flawless is the perfect word to describe it, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Maze has been playing lights out, but at the same time, on the side of HYST.ERIA, probably the opposite of flawless. They're looking a lot of holes in their game plan here. They lost that opening pick again that round and just had no way to trade it. They're taking a lot of solo walks, and they let Maze get 4 on them from one position.
I mean, Maze has looked simply unstoppable thus far, and for the side of HYST.ERIA, it doesn't look like they have anyone that can step to him. They don't have that player that's just walking in and finding 3 out of nowhere, such as Maze is, and I'd argue Maze has been almost the sole X factor for the side of A5 on a lot of these rounds. Obviously, credit to the rest of the team. They've played a great game together, but a couple of these rounds, it really just came down to Maze putting it all out there, and it's worked, as he has 16 now on the game, of course. However, for the side of HYST.ERIA, we need to see something big this round. Even if they win this round and lose the next, they need something going into map 2 to tell us that we can for certain see a map 3 in this series.
Yeah, I mean, they really have to step it up. It's looking a little grim right now. If they can get their things together, if they can start working these refrags and securing opening pick, they shouldn't have a problem. And also, it looks like Army of 5 are looking for this kind of hybrid roam setup again. Maybe not, as the Vigil's not starting top floor yet. He is starting in this aggressive stock position and a secret spawn peak to come out. But dirt wasn't reinforced, so this could be some kind of a bait roam, or this could just be an anchor and they forgot to get dirt, which, yeah.
You know, the possibilities are endless. At the end of the day, all that's really going to matter is let's see what Maze can do, right? As he already takes some damage, however, he's looking to get aggressive, obviously. I mean, when you have 16 kills, you have a little bit of liberty to kind of be as aggressive as you want to be, of course. As he's going to look to take the fight with the front door player, but Chaotix, somebody whose gun hasn't been hot today, will take down the hottest gun in the lobby. As you can see, that could flip at any moment. So now, first pick secured for Hysteria. As last time they attacked the site, it worked out fairly well for them.
Yeah, I mean, they got the raid boss. They got their arch enemy. Let's see if they can capitalize off of it this round.
Now, Boo also been having a great game, however. Oh, and Chaotix will just miss out on the rotating Fenrir, as that could have been huge. However,
they gotta get Noka in there. Noka was the blue player. Chaotix, get out of blue, pal.
Okay. I feel bad. I didn't even see the Q in his name. I've been calling him Noah all game. Noka, I apologize. This is my formal apology. I will call you Noka next map, I promise. However, as you can see, they have a minute 40 here. I mean, they've pretty much had 2 minutes now to decide what they really want to do in this attack, as they'll do some damage onto Boo now, but Noka will go down to Boo. Boo also 9-3, possibly a new raid boss in the lobby to close this out. 4v4, 4 Legion Mines, if I can make it 3, and Tax will find Chaotic. Wow, as now the pendulum has swung back to the side of A5. Not much left here for Hysteria, as they are just taking random walks, it seems. Sanctuary is sneaking up this dirt, but Goo Mines will be in his way, as the Legion, I believe, knows. Probably got an audio cue off of that crouch. Oh, maybe not, but Sanctuary will miss his opportunity. 2 times this round where potential picks to the side of Hysteria have been missed out on just off of timings. Very unfortunate. But Sanctuary is going to find a new avenue. And Commune, unfortunate. Those bars on the floor can be your worst enemy when you're working vert, and that shows through right there. As Tax will find the pick. Glaz might not know that Tax is right under his hatch. That could prove to be an issue. 25 seconds left. We see Glaz has no idea. Tax gets another, that's a third, and will he find a fourth to close the map out? He can't. Sanctuaries gets his second. He'll need the 4-piece if he wants to keep this game from ending right here. He'll swing into Church Deep, and he can't land the shots onto TKT, as that is map 1 for Army of 5. A decisive victory on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, just a really rough one for Hysteria. Just really couldn't get anything going there. And also, you know, they had to play against Maze. Kind of a rough one.
Yeah. I mean, when you have someone shooting like that in the lobby, there truly is not much you can do. As of course he is the MVP of map 1 here, we'll have to see if he can bring that same level of talent right into map 2.
Yeah, he didn't get 20. That's a heartbreaker.
That is indeed a heartbreaker. You would have loved to see Maze get his 20, but he was a little overzealous there on that last round.
Yep.
However, it looks like we're going to be hopping into map 2 here shortly. I do not know what map 2 is. I believe it might be Cafe. But
doesn't matter.
Way,
it's Maze's world and we're living in it.
Hysteria needs a big momentum flip here. It's not a want or, you know, even like it would be nice to have it. Like, they need that momentum to completely flip. They're going to need to come out hot this second map.
Yeah, I mean, if they want a chance of winning this, they either have to start having their guns heat up, like they need to be getting these opening frags, winning their gunfights, or they just need to take double ups and stop losing these picks by themselves. Because really, they can't work much when they're just losing picks.
Every round, there was a spawn peak of some sort or a super aggressive play in the early round, not going in their favor at all most of the time. And you can't keep on with that play style if it's not working, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll need to see some adaptation. However, I believe there's still potential for a good game here, Prism. I believe there is.
Oh, yeah. How's your day been, Wumba? How you doing today?
It's been pretty good. It's been a pretty chill day. You know, I'm gonna hang out with some friends in a little bit. You know, I'm getting to cast Skyline Gaming Community Weekly Series 6. It's a great time. It's a great time.
It is a great time, yeah.
How's your day been, Prism?
It's been a day.
Been a day?
Yeah, you know, I attended school. I'm a scholarly fellow. Spent a good amount of time looking at walls. Kind of just been
Not looking
floating
at
around.
all. You gotta pay attention, Prism. Education is important.
I couldn't keep myself together knowing that I'd be casting Hysteria and Army of 5 later. You know, I've been preparing for this moment for a while.
It's exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah.
You know, kiddos in chat, stay in school, kids. You know, school's important.
Nausea in particular.
Otherwise you might end up like Hysteria did right there. Outplayed, unable to adapt to life. It's like a big metaphor. When you really think about it, Siege is a metaphor for life. If you don't adapt, you lose. You don't overcome, you lose. You don't, well, okay. I think that's where the analogy ends, but
you should give a TED talk.
Well, you know, I could.
I'd kill to see you on that stage. Oh my god, Foxy.A5? They have a different fit?
I believe we have a new player for A5 here coming into map 2. Interesting.
That Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's?
Whoa. Copyright, buddy. Can't say that. What the hell?
Oh, sorry. Is that Freddy Five Bear?
Freddy Five Bear?
Yeah.
Well, you know. We will go on to a little bit of a break before map 2 here until we are ready.
Help me with the words to say, 'cause I can't hide how I'm feeling. I can't describe, so challenging. Can't amplify the meaning. Look at how we vibe together. I could never ask for more. Giving me that smile, you better. 'Cause you're the one that I adore. And get high off of your love. I just need it. High off
chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the moss too. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it.
Hello and welcome back to the Skyline Gaming Community Weekly Series, as we are back for Map 2 between Hysteria and Army of 5. Now, if you missed Map 1, Army of 5 had a decisive, I believe, 7-2 victory over Hysteria on Clubhouse. But now, we are moving from one of the tried and true OG maps of the game into one of the newer additions to the comp pool, Nighthaven. Do you think A5 has what it takes to carry that into Nighthaven, Prism?
We'll have to see. They're starting on this defending side. Nighthaven can go either way. It really depends on the playstyles of the team and who's shooting. It's a very big map. Hysteria starting on the attack. We'll see if they can fix their problems from the last map or if they're still going to be taking those solo walks and losing first pick.
Now, we had a lot of disjointed roams last map. On a big map like Nighthaven, that could prove to be a problem. If you are finding yourself isolated across the map, it will be easy for the attackers to cut you off. So we're going to have to see some tightening up from the defensive sides here. Army of 5 opting to still get rid of that Dokkaebi first.
That's valid.
Valid.
I don't want my phone ringing.
Valid on Nighthaven. Valid. Nope. Now we're going to see what Hysteria is going to opt for. Obviously attacking first themselves. They don't want to ban anything to get in their own way. But I'd bet it's going to... Oh! I was betting on a repeat Ying ban. I did not see a Jackal coming out. What are your thoughts on the Jackal ban, Prism?
That's interesting. I mean, Hysteria didn't get very far in their attacks, to be brutally honest, but Chaotix was running that Jackal just about every round, I believe. What this does mean, though, with the Dokkaebi and Jackal off the board, Lion is still a resource, but these roam clears are going to be a lot tougher, a lot more traditional without that global utility.
That is true. And now down goes that Mira. As we'll have to see what Army of 5 will close up these bans with. You'd imagine it's going to be one of the Power 3, as I like to call them. It's probably going to be a Fenrir, Solus, or a Zombie going off the board here. And there goes the Solus. Of course, polarizing as she is on that defensive side, can deny almost any intel. Now this makes the potential for jump outs a lot higher when you can see if there's any obstacles in your way for those jump outs.
I think that Solus ban's a blunder. I think you gotta let Maze off the leash.
You think so?
I mean, they gotta let him cook. Solus, he's dropping 30 on Solus.
It seems Maze might prefer that Vigil, however, if we go by last map. But A5 here, gonna be going the top floor site first. Not something I'd say you typically see. They will be bringing out that cap can. So you have to wonder how that will come into play this round. We might see an EDD dispose of one of these Hysteria attackers if placed correctly.
Yeah, it looks like Hysteria, at least for the time being, going to be running that drone operator and Twitch, which will be good to deal with those Fenrirs, but it won't be able to do much if they keep taking those solo walks, especially now. If they walk through a doorway and see all purple, it's wraps.
And, you know, not even just that. You have two things to look for. You have those EDDs you have to look for. You have those Fenrirs you have to look for. Paired with the potential time waste of those smokes from Foxy. Now, another thing we didn't mention coming into this, to the stream, is that Foxy has subbed in for Boo, and Boo was an impact player for the side of A5 last map. Foxy with some big shoes to fill coming into map 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be shaking. You know, Shaq and Kobe were in the lobby briefly, and one of them's gone now.
Well, you know, and then Shaq went to the Heat, and now, you know, it's just Kobe and Smush Parker. Well, and down goes Pills very quickly. Chaotix looking to get it started hot this map after a rough first map, as he will be on the board first here on map 2 of Nighthaven. And now, 2 minutes 30 a pick up. I mean, the world in their control on a map like Nighthaven.
Yeah, especially with this bunker setup that Army of 5 are running. Obviously, they still have the Azamis and the Fenrirs that can get them a little bit comfortable in their power positions, but with man down and this close to sight, you've got to be a little nervous.
Yeah, especially with the fact that they have no nitros in pocket, they aren't extending vertically, so it is pretty much all up to this site hold to fend off this garden side push. As it seems like it is a little bit one-dimensional at the moment, though. I believe it is only a garden side push, but it seems IT wall might have just been opened by sanctuaries. So they do have another angle to worry about here. 4 people, 2 different angles, 5 attackers. I mean, you do the math, it's not adding up very good for Army of 5 right now coming into this mid-round.
Yeah, I did see the Thermite using those flashes in a gunfight now, taking some damage. It looks like they're trying to actively clear out this garden position, but the wall gets reinforced off. Honestly, not a bad play, but I'd like to have seen Army of 5 fight for that a little bit more, especially in those circumstances, because that wall's going to get open, and Chaotix just taking an aggressive swing in and getting his pick. That is... I'm punching air if I'm Maze. That's a rough one.
You know, coming into this map, A5 had to expect that Hysteria would keep up that hyper-aggressive, swinging for one's playstyle, and it appears they've kind of fallen asleep at the wheel as they've now allowed Chaotix to walk in and find 2 for himself. Sanctuaries will be found out, however, but not finished off quite yet, as the Capcan is close on the door. If the Capcan can find these 2 picks, it could prove huge for the side of Army of 5. Foxy will find one elsewhere, as Noka will go down. The Thermite will be revived, but it's only really a formality for him to be alive, as he is on 20 HP. That man advantage will be resumed momentarily.
Yeah,
TK
now...
holding this long and one
Wow.
hard. Oh, what a shot from TK, as he'll be trying to find a second onto this top waterfall player, and he will not. He will do some damage. Tax will find one. Oh, Chaotix with a 30 is rotated, doing damage onto Foxy now. He might need to close this out with these last 2, but the smokes are going to prevent him from pushing up this hallway with such little time remaining and such little HP. He has very little routes of entry. It's all pretty much up to Shmoon. He will go down to the smoke canister. But Tax will be found out by Shmoon. The bomb going down. 1 smoke in pocket for Foxy, but he won't need it. He'll walk up and finish off Shmoon on that diffuser. And Army of 5 will barely stay in that round to pull it through, and you have to wonder for the side of Hysteria, with such a strong start, how does it go so sour?
Yeah, you know, I don't want to point fingers, but that Thermite player, if it's the same player, last map also took a solo walk with the diffuser on the cash side of Club, ultimately forcing the attackers that round to rotate over for that diffuser when they had site control, and it looks like a very similar case happened that round, just flying too close to the sun towards that E-box position and going down. But in general, it's really the same issue coming out for Hysteria. They just need to, at the very least, contest those opening frags and get the trades. Or the frags in general. They're just dropping kills and not getting anything for it.
Now, another thing I noticed about that last round that I wanted to point out, Chaotix, of course, had a great round, found 3 for his troubles within that round. However, he did walk all the way up E-box and into site to find a pick, and then later on in the round, we did see Capcan end up retaking that. They did not maintain that ground, and A5 capitalized. However, we're looking to move on to the bottom floor site here for A5. It looks like they're going to be looking to do a little bit of impact tricking, perhaps, on this main breach, as it's become a little bit more of a common strategy nowadays to leave that left side with feed holes to impact trick, of course. But
I mean,
not a whole lot of extension upstairs, it seems. I mean, they have 3 up there, but not much set up directly above the site. And with that ram on the board, they're going to be looking to do some serious vertical play.
Chaotix running that ram suppressor, I mean, that's confidence. I can respect that.
Kudos to him.
Oh yeah.
I could never.
Bomb located.
I hope Sanctuaries doesn't go for that wall. It is horrifying.
There's a horrifying prospect here that Sanctuaries,
especially on the Thermite. I'm looking at my monitor with the 1,000-yard stare right now.
I mean, that's where you'd want your ranged hard breaches for that. I mean, you know, if TK times it right, he could walk right up to these feed holes and kill this Thermite while putting this charge down. But it looks like the side of Hysteria has spotted it out, as they have at least 4 people working these bottom breaches to start the round. No map control being established yet.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like a rush either. They don't have this rush util. They aren't even really making ways for them to enter site off of these breaches. Never mind. Excuse me. Sanctuaries is in. Not able to accomplish much yet, but
playing a little bit of Where's Waldo with the Cade Claw.
Yeah, maybe they'll take in deep off of this with that 4-man outside. TKT actually getting the pick on Shmu outside the breach, and HYST.ERIA need to do something with this. They have the manpower this side, diffuser down as well in front of that main wall. Their win condition right now is either going to be that IQ on the top floor, I believe, getting a pick and establishing some of this map control so they can take through Animus, or just getting random frags. Sanctuary does get one. There's actually a two-man clear into this Azami. Wow, a criminal whiff.
Chaotix will find it on that suppressed R4C, as we mentioned earlier, however, but Noka will go down elsewhere as TK finds his second of the round. And now Pills will pile it on, finding Sanctuary once again. Without control of that hatch, there's not much you can do with that single wall. As now, this round should come down to either a hatch drop or a staircase walk for these last two remaining players of HYST.ERIA, and those are not favorable things to have to do here on Nighthaven Labs, especially on this bottom floor site.
Not at all. What I will say, though, with this top control, not a lot of time left, but this Ram can apply a lot of pressure if she works some of the vertical here, as there's vertical almost across the entire site of basement. I did see one player poking up that, Jesus.
Oh.
The exo stairs. But yeah, it's wraps.
Army of 5 with another dominating round. I mean, we're not seeing much change from the previous map here for the side of HYST.ERIA. You have to wonder, if it doesn't happen soon, will it happen at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really frustrating to watch, because those last two opening rounds for HYST.ERIA were looking really good. They were 2-man up round 1. I believe it was just 1-man. Was it 2-man at one point? Probably not.
I believe so.
They might have, but you know, they've been getting these opening advantages, but they just can't maintain body.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the double-edged sword of the playstyle HYST.ERIA are playing. They're taking these solo walks, they're playing aggressive, they're playing with confidence to a sense. However, you know, they're finding these opening picks with success, but they're not regathering themselves, they're not resetting, they continue to walk forward, and that's how they are losing these man advantages. As you have to wonder, whoever the IGL for HYST.ERIA is needs to start maybe putting a little bit more of a leash on the entire team and reeling things back a little bit if they want to see success in these mid-rounds.
Give me that VC. I'm casting and coaching.
10 seconds
Multi-talented individual.
I
Let me in
mean,
the VC, baby. Call a timeout,
you know
baby.
me. You know me. I'm always for some coaching. However, we're gonna see
Attackers
the
are moving
kitchen
out to
site,
locate a bomb
man.
and
We're gonna
defuse
see
it.
kitchen here. Now, I will say, you know, typically these middle floor sites are more advantageous than perhaps the top and bottom floor sites. I'd argue storage a little bit more than kitchen, however, but kitchen is formidable nonetheless, and with the obstacles HYST.ERIA, with the struggle of obstacle, oh my gosh, and Tax will just take down Noka right away to start the round.
Get
And,
Noka back on
well,
Sledge. I mean,
now A5 has man advantage, which they're dangerous with as well. So we're gonna have to see what HYST.ERIA can do. Chaotix has been their impact player so far. He got 3 that first round, found 1 in the previous round as well. We're gonna need him to come up huge here. Oh,
that bug sucks.
Boo, Ubisoft, boo. PK will find 1. What an insane shot.
And we're back,
now,
baby.
we're back. Pills looking up that vertical. Sanctuary's making more vertical, but this could be to his detriment as now they have angles on him, but Pax will find another, but he will fall to Sanctuaries, but he won't be finished.
That's fine. Let him overheat. He deserved it.
You know, Maze, you know, he's done his fair share of killing so far, you know, through map 1. He'll help his teammates out now, rises his teammate to hopefully finish that clip off. But Shmune, creeping up these stairs, we're going to have to see if he's going to be able to make the impactful play that HYST.ERIA so desperately needs, taking his time with it, trying not to give them an audio cue or an inkling that he might be approaching. Azami being flashed out, but no fight being taken here.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough. Shmu has to be the one to move, and Frost actually flanking up those main stairs to take a fight and wins it. And now Sanctuary's... This is a very unwinnable position. He hasn't yet entered the building. He's outside a window, and he's got 5 guns to deal with in a minute. It's possible. It's definitely possible, but...
The triple from Tact, he wanted the 4th, looks the wrong way on the jump out. What in the world is Pills getting up to?
What the
Baiting out that swing from Sanctuaries, and Pills will start sprinting again in front of the window, and drops. It's winnable. It's winnable, some might say. 40 seconds remaining. Sanctuaries might look to make a fast play onto the site, but that shotgun will not open the window all the way. R4C not doing him any favors with the 1.5. That recoil can be handy, and he misses the Wamai disc, and as a result, this is the head of Foxy peeking him, and the bullets from the barrel of Foxy's MP5K will dispose of him. So now, 3-0 for Army of 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough. Hysteria, the 2 rounds they had the advantage early, they just couldn't maintain it. And that round they lost opening, and frankly, Tax just walked them down.
I mean, I gotta say, it's curious to me because we've seen Sanctuaries. He's been on a hard breach type role for most of this series so far, and now last round we've seen him get on the ram, and now this round we see him, at least for now, picking that Ash. However, what I found curious was most of the time Sanctuaries was on Thermite, he was putting himself in disadvantageous positions, dropping that diffuser, getting picked early in the round. And then last round on an operator like Ram, he played way more passive. He needs to match up his playstyle with what he's playing at the moment. It feels like he's maybe a little disconnected from the rest of the team.
By attackers.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been outside the window with Ram just because of that kitchen site, looking to take control of that conference room, but his team couldn't really follow up. After losing opening kill, they didn't really have the correct pressure for it, and then Frost ate them alive. So
5 seconds left.
I'd say on a map like Nighthaven, if there's anything you have to do as the attack is you have to find an avenue into the building. Hysteria failing miserably at that last round. They tried to do window play, they tried to play around clearing that conference, but they had no actual presence, and I feel like that's been a common issue for them thus far. But now, moving into this round, A5, they've ran their cycle. They're going to have to run it back if they want this 6-0 half. They're back up top. And as we can see, they have a pretty similar lineup as well. They got the smoke brought back out from Foxy, who has 4 this game. Very well-rounded leaderboard this game as comparative to last game. Oh, Maze maybe missing a... Oh, Maze here just watching idly as multiple attackers pass by. Maybe didn't feel confident he had the reaction time to get those kills, but those gridlock will tag him, and I believe Yana might have heard that. Yana swings for him, but none the wiser. Neither will take... I mean, well, I guess Mozzie took damage. Not to a gun, though. To those track damage.
I was mad confused for a sec. He was not moving, and he was getting tagged by those.
He was letting him roll. Sanctuary is looking to find the pick onto Foxy, but Foxy will smartly back off of that E-box window. As Army of 5 doing a good job of not giving too much to the side of Hysteria. They know the only way Hysteria can get back into this game is by gaining some simple momentum. Army of 5 doing a great job not to allow that to happen. Zami almost found out, but not quite.
Yeah, I mean...
Again, very isolated. They don't look to try... Oh, never mind. Dropped off.
It looks like the game plan for Hysteria is a little bit all over the place right now. We have a guy outside E-box window, which is understandable if they want to take garden side control, but there are really only 2 bodies here. I'm not entirely sure if that Ash is still outside the IT side wall, but they have a good amount of the garden side control here, but they're not moving body around, and Maze, there he goes. He's doing his thing. But Sanctuary's taking the walk in the rafters guy gets the kill, proving he can play the Ash instead of the hard breach. A player on IT wall just actually takes a swing out and gets the frag, actually. No one holding that wall. And I believe now that all of the Hysteria side players are on that garden side, taking peeks through E-box. A C4 from below makes it a 2v4. This is the most devious angle I've seen in my life. Almost gets the frag. But now...
3-4 vertical angle from Maze here. Very interesting to see. Some creativity from Maze, as he's shown us just about everything else he can so far. I mean, there's no way they try to take the walk through this door. I mean, Maze holding it with a pistol with the Minecraft sights, and with the sprint, he can't react in time.
That guy's aquatic. Uh-oh.
However, Noka and Plasma, no clue so Pills is close. Pills will swing for the double kill. The beautiful Glacier skin on his gun. And we will end another round the same way we've ended most today. Army of 5
Glacier?
Dominating.
Is that Glacier? Is that guy...
Wow.
Oh my
God. There, at this point, you gotta wonder, Hysteria, maybe in hysterics in their VC. Down 4-0, dominated last map for most of the map. No attack timeouts taken. Me as a coach, my heart hurts. My heart goes out It pains me to see such a dominating, suffering such
Defenders, protect
dominating
your bombs
losses
from being
without
defused
taking
by
a moment to
attackers.
discuss it. But
Yeah,
however,
and the lack of adaptation is also rough to see.
on the other hand of that, from a coach's perspective, sometimes attack timeout, if the mentals are bad, is not the best idea. Sometimes a pause where you have to talk to each other can make things even worse depending on the team environment you're in. So, maybe they're in a situation like that. I'm not sure. However, A5 going back downstairs. We see the cab come out from their side this time instead of Hysteria.
Another chance.
This time,
Another
Tax, I
chance.
need my interrogation call. I don't have the crowd chanting behind me.
10
I'm not
seconds to go.
at a LAN, but
I'll chant.
I'll do my
I'll solo
best to
chant.
make
I
this
got you.
5 seconds remaining.
special if Tax can pull off an interrogation here.
Yeah.
With how Hysteria has been clearing the
Attackers'
map,
objective
they
is to
haven't been
defuse
getting in
the
the
bomb.
building much, so it might prove kind of difficult for Cav to have that opportunity.
Yeah, stay on his POV for like until 2:30. I need to see the cook.
We need to
Let's
see
go,
what
baby.
kind of. So it looks like he's gonna look to hopefully find someone trying to solo enter lobby side here, but I don't believe we have any.
Oh my god,
swingers from
Asteria's a
the side of
blitz. I didn't even
Hysteria.
realize.
Oh well, it might go similar to the last time we've seen a Cav where the other team rushes instead. So we
Yeah,
might not even get to see what Cav can do here.
yeah, a little interesting though. It doesn't look like
Oh.
they're really running a rush lineup. There's no main hard breach. They only have the can openers of Buck, and I don't even know if he's over here.
Are they gonna look to maybe ash the right side wall that is used for the impact trick to get this done?
Oh, all five members
Blitz
out here.
making a lot of noise.
Yeah, I mean, they can go for this. This is a fine play to make, but they have to do it fast. They are stalling out heavily,
Not drone this.
and the defenders are
Blitz
gonna
will
know.
run through the breach, but Blitz will fall, and TK finds 2 for his trouble.
Drop the
As
diffuser.
now he finds a
Attackers have
third,
recovered
as
their
this
diffuser.
rush has been shut down single-handedly by the Wamai of TK. He'll go for a third, but he can't get it. Chaotix will find one back, as he is the only one who can find one, it seems, on the side of Hysteria here.
Oh no,
But
they both ran
could we
away.
see
No.
a potential outside
Oh.
interrogation? Tax looking to
Let's
make an
go,
aggressive play. No one's coming to swing him, however. It looks like Hysteria have completely abandoned this. They're gonna look to go a different avenue with their push. Oh, Chaotic swinging with that suppressed R4C. Controlling the recoil better than I would. I'll give him credit. Maze trying to find the pick, but looks like neither of them are going to engage in this fight.
They're gonna
As,
back
it's
up,
pretty
bro.
much, it's
Let
pretty much
Tac
just
get in
a
Terra.
formality now. I mean, Hysteria pretty much lost this round no matter what they do, unless a huge throw is in the cards for A5. But the only thing that's left to make anything exciting about this round is the potential of Tax finding this interrogation. The Fenrir will ring out, shortly shot by Plaz right after. Chaotix trying to bait with audio of gunfire with suppressed weapon. Interesting. However, nobody biting on that bait.
Oh, he's on the prowl. Oh,
He's lurking up,
let's go,
coming
baby.
through games.
No.
He hears that secondary harbor charge going down, but Buck hears him as that silent step runs out just when he gets to the part where he needs it. And Plaz will find one. Now kind of a winnable situation for the side of Hysteria here, as Plaz will take a lot of damage, but he is not dead yet. Maze going for another flank, however, as I don't think Buck's going to be expecting this one. And down goes Plaz. He needs one more, and Ram has no idea. Maze will find 2, who has been the star player of this series. He will keep up this great performance as A5, 5 in a row to start this second map.
Yeah, I mean, Hysteria, like, there's no easy way to put it. That was just a bad plan. If they can go for that rush, there's no problem with the rush. If you want to put pressure on the defenders and you think it's a play to make, there's no problem with that. But to stand outside the wall for a minute, not really applying pressure anywhere else, they really made their intentions very clear. And especially without any of those other pressure points, all 5 of those guns, or at least like 3 of them on site, since they had a cav up, but a lot of those guns were staring directly at the breach. You know, the Blitz walked in, I think 2 seconds, instantly got killed. The person following up also died, and then the 3 outside breach just didn't follow up at all. One of them even falling to the Lamai there as well.
And, for our less game knowledgeable viewers of the Skyline gaming community, that is what we call telegraphing your push. You're standing there, you're making your intentions very clear. You're not making it believable that you're taking the entire map. You're dedicating all your effort to that one area, and that makes it very easy to read into from the side of the defense. And they didn't even need to read into it, because TK, he kind of just shot him in the face
5
right when they
seconds
walked
left.
through that breach. 4 of them to be, or 3 of them to be exact. So, and now we
Attackers are
move back to
moving out to
kitchen.
locate a
I
bomb and
mean,
defuse it.
this game has been breezing by. Prism, I feel like our time together is waning on the Skyline gaming community stream.
Really
However,
a tragedy.
Hysteria, if they can find around here going into defense, there could be a little flip-flop, but they haven't shown us anything to make us exactly believe that could be the case.
Let him cook. The fuse is on the board. Never mind.
Not for long.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, you might have cast or cursed him right there.
I might have. I'm a little new to this power. I'm sorry.
Hysteria, 4v5 situation, familiar sight for them. Tack looking to get aggressive as he has been all map, and he will go down to Plaid. 4v4 situation. So,
Yeah, I mean,
numbers evened up. Pretty much a 5v5 here. Once again,
yeah,
pretty much reset.
it's already looking a lot better for Hysteria, but now
Attackers have located a bomb.
here's the setup that completely stopped their push last time. This is Zami with 2 barricades in conference, and they don't have the window pressure this time. We'll see if they rotate someone over there to work this clear, or they just take Walk's main to take the fight. But there are 2 guns that side. They're going to need some kind of utility or pressure points to get these guys out if they want to work that vert. Plad's just taking the swing across, walking through a Fenrir and getting the kill on the man. Hasn't tried out the Fenrir yet. The Azami is still in that conference area, and it looks like the other top floor players rotating over. A 3v2 now as Sanctuaries finds another. And right now, this is looking in the favor of Hysteria if they can secure this top floor, and if they don't lose picks to that castle or the Azami up there. Plant actually going down now from Sanctuaries on the Ash. Hysteria rotate out to play the post. Plaz almost misses the kill on Azami, but gets it. And now Castle is in a tough situation.
Yeah, and Plaz finding 3 on the round. Hysteria needs that big energy from one of their players, but he will not find his 4th as he will be taken down, but Noko will clean it up. Pills will go down. Hysteria find an attack run for their trouble. Don't call it a comeback? Question mark.
We're so back. It's so over to we're so back in point 2. Let's go, baby.
You know, don't let them get 1. Don't let them get 2. Don't let them get 7. We'll have to see if Hysteria can carry anything from that last round into this defensive side. Hopefully a little bit more energy in the VC, obviously, for them. A5, however, I'd imagine that round, they're just like, whatever, chuck it out the window. They did some silly stuff. We're still up 5-1. We won last map 7-2. We don't have to be stressing, right? That has to be the mindset from A5. As now they flip onto that attack. As we see from the defense side, it looks like a pretty utility-heavy setup. They are bringing Wamai that can deny nades. They're bringing a Rooney that provides extra burn. They're bringing that Jaeger that provides a 3rd layer of burn. It's going to be challenging for Army of 5 to work any projectiles through. However, they have no shields. They have no Azami. All they're protecting themselves, they're just protecting themselves from the nades, not any utility necessarily.
Yeah, and actually, well, I mean, Attack isn't running nades now, which,
10 seconds left.
Probably the better choice given the lineup, but if they did choose to take below and nade from below, which will not be in the game soon, unfortunately, but if that was the choice they were gonna make, then none of this anti-nade util would have even done much for them. But we'll see going into the round now. A very heavy bunker on the side, obviously. We'll see if the bandit elects to trick again. No nades. They could take the Zoe from below if it really becomes a problem, but it looks like A5 just starting out the round pretty normal. Wow. I mean, what do you do against this guy? What do you do against that guy?
Tax knows he's about to guy. 3 for him. His 2nd triple kill of the game. He quick accepted 4 for Tack. He is unstoppable right now. The barbecue sauce is already broken out. Can we make it a 5-piece tender extra large right now? He's gonna have to find Plaz on the rafters position if he wants to make that as a reality. But never mind, he's in IT. He'll find 2 for his trouble and a little bit of a whiff, but the ace comes out from Tack. As A5 want to get this done, specifically taxed with an ace. Wow.
I think I got whiplash. We went from it's so over to we're so back and back to it's so over in the span of 2 rounds.
And, you know, I mean, Tack there, I mean, he simply went into that round. You could tell from his mindset going into that round, it was simply walk in. I'm better than these guys. I'm going to shoot my gun. No drones in front of him. Didn't use a single piece of utility. Simply W keyed and left clicked. And, you know, it's
Attackers
not
need
the
to
most
locate
beautiful
and defuse
siege to
bombs.
watch. In fact, a lot of people hate that style of play. But when you're up this much, you can afford to take those risks, and Taxed took that risk, and it paid off in dividends for him.
Oh, and Hysteria, no. That garden wall's reinforced. They're not taking no chances.
Attackers have located a bomb.
It was actually
Hysteria,
interesting
I mean,
that, yeah, it was a little interesting that last round. They made the head holes in the left side of that garden wall, but they didn't play anyone there, and they didn't have any utility to notify them of when someone walked the hall. Obviously, nice shots from Tax, but a bit of a blunder on the side of Hysteria.
10 seconds left.
yeah, I would say so. And now,
5 seconds
match
to
point,
insertion.
series point for Army of 5. This could spell the end
are
for
heading out to
Hysteria.
defuse a
If
bomb.
they have anything left in the tank, they need to use it now. As, you know, May's not playing as big of a role as he did in that last map, but it's mostly attributed to his teammates stepping up, as now we've seen Pact have a big role in this. TK had 2 big triple kills. I mean,
Just let him
everyone
go.
pitching in. Just let him go.
Yeah.
He's running in. Oh my gosh, Sanctuaries does not have a headset on. Pax will sprint right up to him and expose of him. Pax is in a T-Hunt lobby right now. Rest in peace. He's trying to live his last moments right now in
Sanctuaries
the
has a
T-Hunt
couple
lobby.
choice words in the chat.
He's already has Raptors control. And down he goes. I mean, inevitably we see him drop. But Maze will follow him up to find another, but traded out by Nova. The first time we've seen really formidable team play from the side of Hysteria almost this entire series.
Yeah, I mean, watching oh, a shot to Revox coming through. Mew gets another frag. It's looking pretty advantageous for the side of Hysteria, but as according to the trend, Shmew goes down. Man advantage has been relinquished. Foxy is starting over on this garden side. He sees that the walls are reinforced, but actually they map hold them. The guy behind Pillar taking the fight.
Whoa!
That's a rough one. Foxy now by himself downs the Pillar Man with the buck shotgun. Going over towards that E-Box side. Chaotix has a cam on him that he elects not to shoot. Buck swing through the E-Box door. He doesn't have a lot of options to take in here. He does have a minute and a half, which is time to move, but he wants to take the fight now. Chaotix shoots out that drone. Both these players should be aware of each other's positions. The buck shotgun comes out. Chaotix swings through the door. The shotgun swing wide, and he gets it. Army of 5. Really a stomp, to be honest.
Decisive victory. With that Aruni at 1 HP, there wasn't much opportunity for victory there. Taxed, the player of impact on this map, more so just for his antics late when he had that confidence. Just walking all over them, really no contest. As Army of 5 will take this best of 3 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, watching Tax in those last 2 rounds, you got to think about the infamous DZ versus 92 Dream Team. They cleared an entire roam setup with one guy walking them down.
And it wasn't a blitz like in the situation of 92 Dream Team.
He didn't even have a shield.
Well,
he was just moving.
I suppose our time is up. It was a pleasure to cast with you, Prism. Is there anything like you'd like to say to the people of Skyline gaming community before we wrap it up, I suppose?
I love Wumbo R6. I love Wum90 on Twitter. You should follow him.
Wow. We have an interview coming up, it appears, with a member of A5 as well, as that should be interesting, but we will throw it to a short break until then, as we will be back.
Yarp.
me waiting. I'm not moving, I'm here. Keep me waiting. I got trust in you, dear. They say less is more, it's true. Only one I need is you. I just wanna give my best. I'm sorry if I fail with that. Could it be love? 'Cause we can do anything. Could it be trust? Shivers onto my skin. I could close my eyes, but I got peace in my mind. Could it be love? Could it be us? Keeping me up all night. Could it be love? Could it be us? Your love keeps me up all night. Your love keeps me up all night. Your love keeps me up all night. Your love keeps me up all night.
I wanna know your dark side. I wanna know your secrets. I wanna be your lifeline. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Tell me you're more than just a highlight. Pretty pictures on the outside. I hate to stare at you through these lights. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you.
Yo, guys.
Yo, what's up, man? Are we ready to get this going then, Alpha?
Yeah. Alpha. Yeah. Maybe.
All right, and we are back here with Hoggy from A5. Now, I gotta ask, what was the energy like going into map 2 after that decisive map 1 victory?
It was nice. I mean, we were very comfortable with our play. We did have to switch like a sub for map 2, but the vibe was on, and we were vibing, so that was nice.
Right, right. Also, was it discussed in that second map to just completely let off the leash and sorry, I forgot what is it Tax? To let Tax off the leash and just let him walk at whoever he wanted to. Was that discussed or was that something he did on his own accord?
Actually, taxes me. It's Poggy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's I changed my name. That was not a good idea. But actually, like I feel like they were playing a lot like passive, so I was taking some high risk for sure, but some space at the same time. But it worked. Sometimes it doesn't work, but this time it's working today.
I mean,
So.
yeah, you had them shaking. I mean, they kept giving you space. They kept letting you just walk at them. An amazing ace there to almost close out the game. I believe it was on the second to last round.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful stuff from you. Anything you would like to ask, Prism?
Not really. No. I mean, all I want to say, I was getting secondhand fear watching some of those plays, especially when you walked in that Mozzie. I'm punching air if I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to shout out or anything you want to say to the stream before we wrap it up here?
Yeah, I would like to shout out like KS, our manager, our coach, like not our coach, but he's the guy like we want to play for him, so he's the Army of Five manager, well actually CEO. So yeah, I want to thank him for the opportunity to play for him. So that's very nice, and shout out to my team. It's nice to play with them. So
Of course, of course. All right, well, if that's all, I believe we're ready to wrap it up here. Thank you for watching Skyline Gaming Community, and we hope you all have a great night.
Yep. Good night.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.